Hey YouTube, this is my video on my under stairs storm shelter and safe room or panic room. If you look around YouTube, there are many ways to build storm shelters and panic rooms, from things buried in your yard or buried in your garage or burying a bus, many different ways this can be done I've seen out there. But you may wonder, well, why did I do it this way? I didn't see anything else out there where someone has done this type of thing. And all I simply wanted was someplace better to go in the event of a tornado or in the event of maybe an intruder in the home. So this isn't a impenetrable fortress. This is a very easy, affordable solution that someone can do that can give them a higher degree of safety and peace of mind. So this is, I am in a basement scenario. I don't know how this would work if you had a slab home. So you kind of take that as you may see fit, but these stairs come down halfway and then to a landing and then down to the basement. And this is where the storm shelter is, safe room is. You just come down into the basement. During a tornado, normally someone who has a basement will go to the basement, and that's really about all that they have. Oftentimes they have nowhere in their basement they can go to give them added protection. You could, if your basement was finished, you could go into a closet or something like that, but certainly for an intruder type of situation, that would give you relatively no protection and just a small degree of added protection during a tornado. If you have debris that's falling or flying into your basement, relatively little protection in a closet. Sometimes you don't have any place you can go but huddle in a corner, but I wanted someplace a little bit stronger. And really what we have here is, and you can do this thing, by the way, even if your stairs come straight down from your main level, you're still going to have it framed alongside of your stairs. There's still going to be a wall that's going to have to be there to support the stairs. So it's still going to be framed down to the concrete. So you can do this type of thing even if your stairs go straight up. So really what I have here is a 32-inch exterior rated steel door, very similar to what you would have on your front door of your house. I would suggest buying as strong a door as you can afford. This is just a typical solid core steel entry door, but get as much as you can. And like most entry doors, it is pre-hung, which means it's got the frame is all comes with the door, along with the sash across the bottom, or whatever you call it, and comes pre-drilled with deadbolt locks and a doorknob lock. And I elected to have this door open into the room, not, out into the room where we're viewing from, not inside. Because when the door opens this way, it's a lot more sturdy, because you're not very easily going to be able to kick in this door because of the jamb all the way around the outside is supporting the door, along with your locks. But if this was a typical door, like on your front door that opens into your house, it would be very easy for an intruder to kick in, but this is going to be very difficult for someone to get into. So that's why my election was to do it that way. Do it whatever way works out best for you. So we'll just go take a look at this. The only thing different, really, that was done than the way it was built from the builder is the walls. Normally, this would be just a 16-inch on center studded wall that goes up to support your stairs. So what I did was, in between the studs, I waited for 2x4s to go on sale, and I placed them in between the studs, screwing them into each other all the way. And when you get to the top, all of these boards also support the stairs, so it gives added support to the stairs all the way down and all the way back. I also added other supports underneath the stairs. You know, they say in a storm you want to get underneath something very solid like a desk or a piece of furniture or something to help prevent debris from falling on top of you. Well, that's what makes the underneath the stairs such a good idea. Getting underneath your stairs is one of the safest places you can be because of all the support. If something falls through your main floor of your house, you're underneath a bunch of structure here that will keep it from landing on you. And with all of these walls reinforcing the stairs, the likelihood of that coming down on top of you is extremely low. And like I said, you can add more supports as you see fit underneath. I would recommend that on this bottom plate that's sitting on the concrete, that you would add extra anchors into the concrete. Make sure that they're rated for pressure treated wood so they don't corrode and become worthless over time. I probably added an extra 5 or 6 anchors in addition to what was already there on that bottom plate there. I do have a couple lights in here that are battery operated. I thought about adding a light in here on a switch. Didn't end up doing that. I have a couple battery operated ones, so whatever you think is, I wanted something in case there was no power in the event of a storm, certainly. And you could do that if you had electric also, but anyway, I didn't. But what we have in here, we'll just get in here a little bit closer. I did bring power, which is back here actually, power into this understairs shelter here, or whatever you want to call it. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But here is data. I have a hardwired Category 6 data network in my house. And I just brought that in here for future use. If I ever wanted to put in a security system that could all run on a network, I could put the server or whatever located in this room just to be able to plug into the network. Up above a little bit higher, you'll see I have a landline, hardwired landline right here, regular telephone, and another battery light that will light up this back area. And then, like I said, I've got, come in here a little bit closer. Okay, so just a little closer look at the wall. It's going to be a lot more difficult for debris or someone to kick through a wall or shoot through a wall through solid wood than it would be just drywall, which is what you'd normally have. So you will probably want to get like a couple sheets of plywood, also maybe 3/4 inch plywood, because between the studs, the 16-inch on center studs that are typically here, and you start adding your 2x4s, it's not going to fit perfectly. There's going to be little gaps. So many times just cutting a 2x4 strip of plywood and sliding that in the remaining slot will do it for you. You want to keep it as solid as you can all the way through. So we have over here, kind of show this is underneath the stairs, but I have a number of things going on here. I have a TV, little TV, that is hooked up to both cable TV, and there's also a cable that's ran in here that goes to an antenna that runs up between the walls for reception, so I can get TV reception inside of here. So if there's a tornado going on and you're in here, you will have a chance to watch the news and see what's going on the outside. Underneath it I have a light, an emergency light with a radio and a TV and a light, and it's all hand crank and everything. It has a battery charger on it also, so the battery is continually being charged. I also have a cell phone, which is what this is over here. It's an old phone. Make sure you get one with GPS capabilities. So if you call 911, they'll be able to know where you are if you don't happen to know the address or whatever. So that's kind of a backup just in case the hard line gets compromised in some fashion. This will work if you have cell service. So pretty easy to call for help if you're inside of here. I do have in this top corner up here a battery backup system. So if power is out, probably for a good half hour to an hour, I can run this little TV. The cell phone can continue to charge, and I know that I'll always have power down here, at least for a period of time when I need it. Certainly long enough to call for help. That's really about it. Underneath the stairs, this is kind of looking out for where we first came in. We'll go back there in a sec. But here's underneath the stairs. I did add extra wood. There's probably 4 additional layers of wood on the back of the stairs to kind of prevent someone from maybe shooting through the stairs to try to get at you inside of here. So it's very, very thick. You can do whatever you want to help that. But I just keep my emergency supplies inside of here, water, anything else you feel necessary in a bin. So everything's kind of in here. And let's go out and take a look at the door real quick. The hinges are security hinges. You can find them at most any home store or hardware store. They're just made so that if someone was to remove the pin from the outside to try to take the door off the hinges, you still can't pull the hinges out because they interlock. Very easy to find those around. So you would just come into the room and you would close the door and you would hit the deadbolt and you are locked in. I have an additional cable that I can wrap around this doorknob if I want to keep the door from being pried open and pulled open. So that cable there can just, pretty sturdy, pretty thick. You can wrap around there and hold the door closed if you need an added level of peace of mind or whatever you want. Make sure that when you frame your door out that you're very careful not to make the opening too big. This is a 32-inch door. I wouldn't go with a 36-inch door. The more door you have, the more compromise you can have. You want more structure and framing than you want door. But if your door recommendations say your opening should be so big, put your door in place and measure your door, because the more gap that you have around your door frame, the looser your door is going to be in there. Even though I used much framing, I mean, it's really solid frame. There's probably 3 2x4s that are all interlocked together here. So make it very sturdy. When I put the frame in, this pre-hung door, I used 4 and 5-inch screws that went through the door frame and well into a couple 2x4s to really secure the door. Put plenty of them in. Open the door here again. Put plenty of screws in to really secure the door frame all the way around. That is it. Hope I covered everything fairly well for you, and hopefully gave you an idea of something affordable that you can do to give you an added level of protection in these kind of circumstances.